WWE teasing big time that The Rock will be at the Royal Rumble. WWE spreading a little bit of Easter egg all over social media today with some new merchandise that they released on WWEshop.com. Why has WWE announced Cody Rhodes for the Royal Rumble before the actual event? Devon Dudley quits WWE. I wonder why. And Vince McMahon, another problem arises. Throw money at it, settled with Rita Chatterton, and now wiping the slate clean before an eventual WWE sale. What does it all mean? I got it all for you right here on Off the Script. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. I got a little bit of extra for you. It is January 19th, 2023. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Thursday evenings, wherever you may be. We got a lot to get into, and I feel like we're about to pick up with the Royal Rumble rumors and Royal Rumble speculation. It's a nice detour away from everything that's going on. Tragedy already has hit the wrestling community this year, and I feel like with Vince McMahon and the looming cloud that he is hanging over WWE, I feel like a lot of the attention has been taken away from the actual on-screen product. So we are going to get into the news. Today we got some major Royal Rumble news, and we're going to get right into that right at the top. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Please make sure you guys go out there and hit that subscribe button as well. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes on today's OTS Extra. And if you missed any of the content on the channel, make sure you guys go and check that out. There's been plenty of it. YouTube Shorts, live on Monday, live on Wednesday. Anything you guys need as far as up-to-date coverage on everything, make sure you guys go check the homepage. I got it all covered for you right here on OTS. I want to start off with something very, very, very important. And I know a lot of people were wondering if there was going to be a fundraiser for the family of Jay Briscoe. There is indeed a fundraiser for the family. A fundraiser has been set up to help the Pugh family, Jay Briscoe's family, in the wake of his passing. The fundraiser is approved by Jay's wife. And if you'd like to donate, I'm going to leave you guys the link down in the comment section, pinned at the very top. So make sure you guys go check that out if you do have some time. The description of the campaign reads as follows, and I quote, "On the evening of January 17th, our community and friends across the world were left in shock after the news of the passing of Jay Briscoe, a man who made everyone around him a better person. The Pugh family and the entire world of the Pugh family has shifted, and with that, there will be many unforeseen expenses. We have set this page up with the approval from the family to help ease any of the burden that may arise from this tragedy. It's been heartwarming to read all the stories of those who have interacted with him, and his impact was felt across the world. Please continue to pray for the Pugh family and all of their children." And this has been the only campaign. I want you guys to make sure you are aware. This is the only campaign that has been approved by the Pugh family. So link is down in the comment section, pinned at the very top. Make sure you guys go and donate and help if you so choose to do so. So thoughts and prayers and love, as always, to the Pugh family during this terrible, terrible time that has rocked the pro wrestling community. And I'm still seeing a lot on social media in regards to him, man. It's unbelievable the love that he is being shown. And we're going to miss him. We're going to miss him. And it's definitely something that rocked a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And it's terrible, man. Nobody wanted that to be the beginning of 2023. So thoughts, love, and prayers to the Pugh family. Let's get into some Royal Rumble news, man. I want to get back into the swing of things where the news and what we see creatively on TV takes number one priority. Royal Rumble rumors are now slowly starting to seep into the community, and with this one, man, I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen right there. You can take this with a grain of salt. This is WWE typically, getting their stuff out for Royal Rumble. It's one of the big four. A lot of different legends, a lot of different current superstars have new merchandise at the beginning of the year. It's the road to WrestleMania. It's the start of WWE's biggest season. And a lot of people took this picture that you're looking at right now as a signal, a little tease, a little Easter egg about the return of The Rock. Now, if you're wondering if Dwayne Johnson is returning for WrestleMania season, no one in WWE will obviously confirm that. I don't know why they would. I don't know why you would expect them to. But some new merchandise on WWE.com will only add fuel to the rumors about The Rock returning in the very near future, as you see there. WWE Shop has new hoodies up with The Rock's Brahma Bull logo on them. Since the company doesn't regularly drop Rock merchandise these days, one has to wonder if they are preparing for him to return sometime within the next week or two. Now, I feel like if we're going to get The Rock, this is the way I would do things. If WWE is going to bring The Rock in at the start of WrestleMania season, which officially begins at the Royal Rumble, they are going to do that on Monday Night Raw, where the entire lineage of the bloodline is going to be there to acknowledge Roman Reigns. You can't advertise something like that and then skimp on The Rock, who's probably the most notable name in the entire NOI lineage. I don't know why you would go and do that. So maybe WWE is wanting to throw it in your face, but it's kind of hidden with some unpredictability, with some skepticism. I don't know. And then they do this. Is he going to show up on Monday Night Raw? I would prefer that. Or is he going to show up in the Royal Rumble at number 30 and win the Royal Rumble, which I think would be a terrible idea because you're not going to bring The Rock in to win an event or a match where it could easily go to someone that has been there all year or plays factor into a bigger storyline than what The Rock and Roman would be. We don't need Rock to win the Rumble to get to Roman. We don't. So I hope WWE knows what they're doing, but according to the IWC, according to the people online, this is a little Easter egg, a little tease that The Rock is indeed coming back to the WWE, and rumors are starting to swirl for a possible Royal Rumble or Monday Night Raw appearance. WWE announced this week, like I said, Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, will be holding an acknowledgement ceremony at Raw 30. That is in Philadelphia on Monday. For what it's worth, the merch drop may not mean anything at all, and it simply could be the company capitalizing on the nostalgia around the Raw 30 show, where there will be legends like Farouk or Ron Simmons, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, X-Pac, so on and so forth, that will be there on Monday Night Raw. Now, during his interview with the Bill Simmons podcast, Nick Khan was asked about The Rock returning to WrestleMania, and Khan said he would not confirm or deny the rumors. So I guess you got to act something like that to make sure you got all your bases covered, but I don't know why anybody would expect Nick Khan to divulge information on Dwayne Johnson, who he is very, very cozy with. Very good friends are Nick Khan and Dwayne Johnson. Don't know why you would seek answers through somebody that is never going to give you a straight answer at all in anything regarding WWE. So make of that what you will. Let me know what you guys think about that one down below, and let me know if you think that this means The Rock is coming back to WWE. WrestleVotes. WrestleVotes is always getting people excited, man. They tweeted this on social media, and I'm excited about this, man. They said, and I quote, "Ask a source the reasoning behind Cody's Rumble return being announced as opposed to a surprise." Source said it was twofold. One being that nearly everyone expected it to happen already anyway. And two, sources states that they are more than pleased with the other surprises that are lined up. What does that mean? I don't know. Does that go in line with what we just talked about? Are they more than pleased that they got The Rock finally to agree to something with WWE? Will he be in the Royal Rumble? Does this mean Logan Paul is going to be in the Royal Rumble? Does this mean Steve Austin, who we've seen training on Instagram and his stories on IG, will he be in the Royal Rumble? Will we see Matt Cardona return? That's another rumor in the Royal Rumble? What about the ladies? Chelsea Green, Trish Stratus, Lita. Who knows who WWE may be bringing in for the Royal Rumble? But they are more than pleased. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but it's the most exciting time of the year because the Royal Rumble is the most unpredictable event of the entire year. You're going to get surprises. You're going to get surprises. I don't give a shit who's in the Royal Rumble as long as Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. Now, that leaves the question, who do they have lined up? I just gave you a couple of names. It could be anybody. There aren't many big names available. I hope to God that Goldberg is not one of the options because we do not need him on the road to WrestleMania. John Cena recently appeared, like I said, on SmackDown. Logan Paul. Pat McAfee may be another one. We haven't seen him. His college football tenure is over for the season. We may see him back in the WWE. He may be in the Royal Rumble. The Rock, obviously. There's a lot of different names out there. But WrestleVotes is tweeting that WWE is more than pleased with the surprises for the Royal Rumble. Now, I looked at the Cody Rhodes situation and said to myself the same thing. Why didn't they just wait? And with that explanation, I don't really blame WWE for doing what they did with Cody Rhodes. The video packages and the vignettes were fucking brilliant, and I loved everything about them. Two, you knew he was going to come back anyway. I mean, we've been talking about this for months. You know, this current administration, I want to tell you something about the current administration. They are more with their ear to the ground with the fans than Vince McMahon and his administration was. So they knew that we knew Cody Rhodes was inevitably going to be back for the Royal Rumble. So why not? As long as they don't give his number away, I'm fine. Now, with that being said, I understand people like surprises, like Edge making his return at the Royal Rumble. Nobody knew he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. And then when he came out, that huge pop. But just take it as if WWE knows what the fans are thinking. They are in line with what the fans are thinking. Cody's going to be in the Royal Rumble, so they put him in the Royal Rumble and had him announce he was going to be, and they have something bigger in store for us at the Royal Rumble. So it's exciting. It very much is exciting, and like I said, as long as Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble, I don't care, because he is the only choice. There's only two guys I want to see win the Royal Rumble, potentially. Cody Rhodes is my number one. And Sami Zayn is the other one. That's it. I don't see Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, it would be a unbelievable story if it did happen, but we got to go with Cody. We got to go with Cody. I think that's the story they've been telling ever since he came back. That promo on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, he told you why he was back and what he wanted, and the injury kind of, took the wind out of his sails and stopped his momentum. So we got to get back on track. That's the story, and I don't really give a shit where they put Cody Rhodes as long as he is in the Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble. Now, I would have him come out at number one. This is what I said. Number one, Cody Rhodes, and number two, Seth Rollins. And then like the 2007 Royal Rumble, where the two guys at the end were tremendous, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, I would have number one and two, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And then at the end, you see Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Instead of the rumored fourth match, just blow it off in the Royal Rumble. Get those two guys in there, have an epic showdown to close the Rumble, and have Cody Rhodes eliminate Rollins, ending the feud and him going on to focus on the WWE Championship. But I'm excited, and I can't wait for the Royal Rumble. Moving on. Devon Dudley. I'm going to start off with this one because there is Vince McMahon news, but I just find this to be very bizarre, right? Everything is so good in WWE. Everything is so good, and everybody's so happy, right? That's all you heard. Everybody is so happy in WWE. This is why I tell you, do not believe everything that you read. All you heard since Vince McMahon retired was that morale is up. Everybody's happy. Everybody loves to come to work. They're so thrilled with the direction of the company, this and that. It's like the best place on earth, man. It's like fucking Disney World inside WWE Stamford, Connecticut headquarters, right? Devon Dudley announced that he is walking away from WWE. He is no longer with the company. Now, there was an issue not too long ago with Devon where he wanted to be a part of an independent show, a tribute show for ECW. WWE, Bruce Pritchard, more than likely, I read the report not too long ago. Bruce Pritchard was the one who kind of nixed that plan, took it to Triple H's attention, and they didn't want him working. Now, Devon isn't really fit to wrestle, so who knows what the independent show that he was going to be a part of was going to have him do. But WWE didn't want him injured or doing anything extreme in an ECW tribute show on their watch away from the company. So they told Devon, you do the show, you're fired. So he went back to work, and today he announced that he's no longer with the company. In a statement, he thanked Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Vince McMahon. He says, and I quote, "The company and I have decided to part ways and feel this is the best decision for all parties. It's been a pleasure and an honor to work with the young talent when Bubba, as well as everyone over in NXT, as well as working with some of the best producers in the world. Would like to thank Vince, Paul, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the opportunity that was given. I'm very excited to see where God brings me next. Oh, my brother, testify." End quote. Now, the Dudley Boys, you guys know, Hall of Fame tag team. Devon was a part of that tag team with Bubba Ray, and he's been a producer with the company starting in 2016, and he has worked all over. Producer, agent, NXT trainer. He's been there for quite some time, and he shared this on social media this afternoon via Twitter. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, in a WWE where we got so excited about Triple H running the show and taking over, he's the chief content officer, he's the head of creative for Raw and SmackDown, things are slowly snowballing back to normal. And all these things like this, decisions like this, they happen for a reason. They just don't happen out of nowhere when all you hear is, oh my God, everybody's so happy. There's a reason why this happened. Now, it could be the reason that I gave you and he got pissed off, he got upset, he felt like he was being disrespected and he wanted to leave. But all I heard is that, oh my God, WWE is such a great place to work now with Triple H. The new administration is leading the WWE the way that it should. And we got 2 vice presidents of communications leaving, which I'll talk about on Sunday on episode 460. We got Devon Dudley leaving, right? How many more people are leaving WWE? How many flies are dropping in WWE? It's like fucking unbelievable to me. Things like this happen for a reason. And I feel like Vince McMahon's presence it's growing. After it disappeared, it's back, and it's now seeping into WWE in a variety of different ways. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like what I'm reading. I don't. Nick Khan was on the Bill Simmons podcast, and he absolutely came off like a blithering idiot. I don't believe a word out of these people's mouths. I don't. It is ridiculous. Devon Dudley quit the WWE. There's got to be a reason why. And I feel like that reason is Vince McMahon, who was also in the news. Vince McMahon was also in the news. He reaches a multi-million-dollar legal settlement with Rita Chatterton, who accused him of rape. You guys know this story. This was one of the first stories that was uncovered by the Wall Street Journal while they ousted Vince McMahon. The Wall Street Journal is reporting today exclusively that WWE Chairman Vince McMahon has reached a settlement with former referee Rita Chatterton. The story notes that Chatterton agreed to pay a lesser amount than what she was asking, but what she will be getting is in the millions of dollars, according to people familiar with the matter. Mr. McMahon denies and always has denied raping Miss Chatterton, as he settled the case solely to avoid the cost of litigation. Yeah, I'm sure that's the only reason. I'm sure that's the only reason for Vince McMahon to pay this woman off. McMahon's attorney, Jerry McDevitt, said in a statement to the Wall Street Journal, Chatterton's lawyer, John Clune, declined to comment on the matter, and WWE has not responded to requests for comment. Chatterton alleged that she was raped by McMahon back in 1986 in the back of a limousine. She did not go public with the story until 1992 because of her parents being in ill health, but she spoke to Geraldo Rivera, and she went on his show after her parents passed away. The allegations were later backed up by former WWE wrestler Mario Mancini. He stated on his podcast that Chatterton told her about what McMahon allegedly did to her on the day after the alleged incident. So this is a typical Vince McMahon move. Typical Vince McMahon move when everything is, kind of in disarray, Or when there's a problem, just throw money at it. That's all Vince McMahon does. When there's an issue, throw money at it. It'll make it feel better. It'll make everything go away. That's a typical Vince McMahon maneuver. Vince McMahon is being charged or accused of rape here. He wasn't charged with rape. He was accused of rape here. He bought himself out. He got himself out of the whole fucking fiasco with the Wall Street Journal this past summer. And slowly but surely, he is lining all his ducks up in a row. And I feel, from me to you, I feel that everything is going away here, not only for WWE to wipe the slate clean so that they may sell the company, because no matter what big corporation is going to be interested in WWE and purchasing WWE, you know, WWE realizes, Vince realizes, Nick Khan realizes that they can't have all these fucking looming problems and lawsuits. So, you know, what better way than to throw money at it, make it disappear, and then get the fucking sale of the company done so we can move on. Vince McMahon's lining up all his ducks in a row right now. He's eliminating all these problems by throwing money at it, and he's lining everything up for when the company is sold. This is all that's happening, folks. It's a domino effect. He's wiping everything that is a problem to him clean, and he's going to sell the company, and he's going to maintain and grab ultimate power in the company, and he's going to be the end-all be-all for WWE. This is how I feel it's going to end up. It's not a good feeling. It's not. Vince McMahon is making this disappear, throwing the millions and millions of dollars at this woman. He's getting everything ready to sell the company, and he's still being accused of rape, and people are not really speaking highly of him. Yet you got Nick Khan on the Bill Simmons podcast pretending like he's like a fucking god, and he's a great businessman, and he acknowledges Vince as the boss and all this other shit. Meanwhile, 3 weeks ago, we just read that the board of directors unanimously voted him to stay away. And now Vince McMahon is, oh my God, Vince McMahon he is such a great businessman. I appreciate Vince and all this other shit that Nick Khan was talking about in that ridiculous podcast interview. This is exactly what's going to happen. Do not be surprised when shit hits the fan. Do not. When it happens, and it will, mark my words, when it happens, you know, I hate this. I don't want this to happen, but when it happens, don't be shocked. Don't come to me on social media. Don't come to me in the comments. Don't come to me in the live stream say, oh, JD, Vince is back in control. I don't believe it. I'm getting you ready. I'm prepping you now for what is happening. All these are little steps to inevitably get Vince McMahon back in ultimate power. That's it. He's an evil man. And it should come as no surprise to anybody. Men like him, businessmen like him, do this all the time. All the time. They abuse their power. They get in trouble, throw money at it. They feel like, hey, it's going to go away. Life is going to go on as normal. Nobody's going to bother me again. The next thing happens. Somebody else is accusing him of something. Yeah, we'll throw money at it. Let's pay this one a couple of million. Here's another couple of million. Another couple of million. Things will go away. It's sad. This is an evil man, and this is the leader of WWE. Throw money at it, it'll disappear. Pathetic. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. And going back to the Devon thing, again, you know, you may not believe it yet, but there are reasons why people are dropping like flies in Stamford, Connecticut. People are walking away and people are quitting, not only on the board of directors, but inside Stamford, Connecticut at Titan Tower. You can only imagine when this man gets back to where he wants to be in Gorilla, how many of that locker room is going to walk away, if any. It's ridiculous. It's a sad state for WWE. It's ridiculous. I can't stand it. And finally, guys, update on Kevin Nash. TMZ is reporting that police did a wellness check on Kevin Nash after his troubling comments on his podcast this week. TMZ says that the Volusia County Sheriff's Office in Florida reached out to the Hall of Famer after he hinted that he may be suicidal. Nash reportedly told police that he had no intention to follow through on what he said on his podcast. Now, during the show, Nash talked about it being 12 weeks since the death of his son, Tristan, and it's been rough because there is one less person in the house who he knows will never be back. He says, today is 12 weeks that I lost my boy. He said on his Click This podcast, time flies when you got a gun in your mouth. I mean, time flies when you're having fun. Sean Oliver told Nash that he should not joke around about things like that because he has guns in the house. Nash then responded, I could do whatever the fuck I want, long as I leave a note, end quote. So we talked about this on the podcast with Jesse last night with the AEW post show. You could go check that out. We talk about Jay Briscoe extensively, and we did mention Kevin Nash as well. Thoughts and prayers out to Kevin Nash, and I'm glad. A lot of people reached out to Kevin Nash. He assured them that he was okay. He was very regretful that he said the things that he said on his podcast, and he is going to be okay. Everybody grieves in their own way. Obviously, he is very, emotional about what had happened. Obviously, he is never going to be the same. You can't ever be the same after something like that. But, everybody in the community, I know, on top of the Jay Briscoe thing, a lot of people were showering Kevin Nash with love and support. And if he needs anything, we're here for him. We love Kevin Nash. We don't want anything happen to him. And, it's going to be something that is going to, like I said, be there with him. But I hope he understands that with the power of all that love him, it will be okay. So I'm glad that people were checking on him. I'm glad that the police went and did a check on him. And everything is going to be all right for now with Kevin Nash because we don't need any more tragedy in the world of pro wrestling. And I want everybody to be okay. And I want everybody to be excited about what's coming up, man. It's WrestleMania season. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to start WrestleMania season. Royal Rumble is next weekend. It should be an exciting time. And I feel like everybody's just kind of, at least for this week, I hope things change next week. A lot of people are kind of, putting wrestling on the back burner and really just sitting there self-reflecting on what's going on. And some of these things, we can't escape. We can't avoid it. Shit happens. But I hope everybody gets back on the same page and we get that excitement back next week going into the Royal Rumble. But like I said, man, my thoughts and prayers and my love out to not only Jay Briscoe and his family, but Kevin Nash and his family as well. That is all I got for you guys, man. We have more news coming up this weekend. Make sure you join me live on Friday for SmackDown and the SmackDown post show, and then we'll be live on Sunday night with episode 460, man. We're going to go over all the week's news, sit down and just chill and hang out on Off the Script 460 Sunday night at 8 p.m. Guys, please hit that thumbs up. 1,000 likes is the minimum. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. And please follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. I'll see you live tomorrow night, Friday night after SmackDown right here on OTS. I'll see you guys later.